Welcome to the 136th week of Julian Assange Sydney Town Hall gatherings. This Sunday it will be Julian's birthday. While his ongoing political persecution is a terrible crime against Julian and the rest of us, we must be mindful of the fact that if it wasn't for Julian's truth-telling journalism, our political climate would be even more oppressive than it is right now. Without Julian's journalism, we would be that much more ignorant about our world, allowing corrupt power to get away with even more despicable crimes than they are at present. Julian's birthday will therefore be celebrated around the world because of the magnificent contribution he has made towards our freedom through the public interest journalism he accomplishes with his organisation WikiLeaks. If we want to enjoy real freedom, we must stand up and defend Julian Assange, who is persecuted for standing up for our real freedom. We gain our best chance of living in a free society when we are able to know how the world truly works. Truth is vital for living a rewarding life. The quality of our lives is reduced through deceptions by politicians, corporations, and the mainstream media. Our access to evidence strengthens our prospects for freedom. We must therefore make sure we live in a world where the truth can be freely published. We must make sure we are all free to speak the truth, and we must make sure we free Julian Assange. Through Julian's work, we have discovered that transparency doesn't come naturally or easily to those who have assumed power over us. Julian has shown us that we must create transparency for the powerful. Otherwise, the powerful will readily abuse their power. We must therefore work against corrupt power by making the truth available to everyone. We all have the right to be truthfully informed. We all have the right to speak truthfully, and we must all speak our truth. Our truth will free Julian Assange, and it will free all of us. Corrupt power is exerted vertically and downwardly through hierarchies of control. But we are always able to communicate truth horizontally to each other to resist corrupt power. It is therefore in the interests of corrupt power to distance us socially through propaganda and psychological operations. The cruel and inhumane persecution of Julian Assange is used to create fear in ordinary people and prevent the natural flow of truth. We must overcome psychological operations and related propaganda that diminish our free speech. We must realize that truth is our power. We must realize that we empower ourselves through speaking the truth. We must realize that speaking the truth benefits decent people as a whole. We must realize that freeing Julian Assange is in the public interest. Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange!
Able to be set free. I mean, there are no charges against him. He's done nothing wrong. Trying to reveal evidence but no one's really just the power.
Yeah, they should have wanted to.
joining our friends here on Friday night with the Julian Assange town hall gathering. Look, one of the things I think about is this. You look at the Australian Labor Party, I think we have to change a lot of minds within the Labor Party. And there are reasons for that. Clearly under Bob Hawke in 1990, when the Gulf War was, the first Gulf War was going on, Australia committed its troops then under Bob Hawke and Labor. And of course, under Rudd Gillard, we still had, troops in Afghanistan and places like that. So it's really difficult, I think, it can be difficult to change minds in the Labor Party, and I think we have to change their minds because we just do. And the same could be said for the Me Too movement. The Labor Party put a lot of money into the Me Too movement and that sort of thing, and we had these completely false rape allegations that should never have been made against Julian Assange. And from what I can understand, it took 6 years before Julian was even questioned about it in London. 6 years. And it's been said before that that's not the way a normal sexual assault case would be conducted. So Labor itself has had ties with war, very clearly. It's also had ties with the Me Too movement. But Labor has to stop picking on the wrong person. Labor at the moment is picking on the wrong person when they're picking on Julian Assange, because Julian Assange is not the villain here. The villain here is the war criminals. The villain is the people who put out false propaganda trying to throw away someone who is completely innocent in jail for a long time, and it shouldn't be going on. We need to be jailing the war criminals. We need to be jailing the corrupt politicians. We need to be, throwing away the corrupt media proprietors who have allowed a lot of this garbage to go on.
We are all Assange.